Today is Thanksgiving celebration, and this day has a great meaning for the American story and their inhabitants. A day when all people get together and eat a lot of and grateful for the harvest. But how does this entire celebration takes origin?
If someone asks you for a handful of words that they associate Thanksgiving, it is almost certain that one of them is going to be football. Alongside turkey, the football has become one of the most included traditions near the start of the holiday season. And every year is no different, with three clashes filling nearly 12 hours of television time on one of the most watched days of the year.
It's to Baldwin. He's looking to throw. He's looking to go back to Wilson. It's there for the touchdown.
The story of football games being played on Thanksgiving Day itself dates back to 1876, no longer after the sport itself came into being. It was originally programmed then simply because it was when most people had a day work off as a national holiday. College teams would often play on this day, which helped engage these holiday matchups as a tradition. And so, by the time the NFL became a professional sports league in 1912, it was already a well-established custom to host games on Thanksgiving. That year, the American people saw the first ever Thanksgiving game between the Chicago Tigers and the Detroit Stones.
In 1924, the Macy's department stores held its first Thanksgiving parade in New York City, a tradition that continues today as it's known as the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. During the parade, larger than the live balloons displaying famous characters, elaborate floats themed around like as history and pop culture, along with popular treatments such as the Rockets of Radio City music and how high school and college making bands and musical performers travel down Central Park West to street in Macy's Herald Square. The Macy's Day Parade has been televised naturally in NBC since 1922.
The official pardoning of White House turkeys is an interesting White House tradition that has captured the imagination of the public in recent years. It is often stated that President Lincoln's 1863 clemency to a turkey recorded in a 1865 dispatch by White House reporter Noah Brooks was the origin of the pardoning ceremony. Reports of turkeys as gifts to American presidents can be traced to the 1870s, when Rhode Island poultry dealer Horace Bowers began sending well-fed birds to the White House. The first families did not always feast upon Bowers's turkeys, but the yearly offering gained his farm widespread publicity and became a variable institution at the White House.
Power of us you are hereby pardoned. Give A a big round of applause.
President Harry S. Truman was one of the first presidents to receive a party gift. However, it wasn't until 1989 that the presidential pardoning of the turkey became a formal event, when President George H.W. Bush told animal rights activists protesting outside the White House that the turkey would be granted a presidential pardon as the right now. and would be sent to live out his days on a children's farm.
The centerpiece of contemporary Thanksgiving in the United States and in Canada is a large meal, generally centered on a large roasted turkey. It is served with a variety of the side dishes, which vary from traditional dishes such as mashed potatoes, stuffing, and cranberry sauce, to ones that reflect regional or cultural heritage. The majority of the dishes in the traditional American version of Thanksgiving dinner are made from foods native to the New World, as according to them, from the Native Americans' Thanksgiving. Dinner is the largest eating event in the United States. People eat more Thanksgiving than on another day of the year.
Black Friday is an informal name for the Friday following Thanksgiving Day in the United States. The day after Thanksgiving has been regarded as the beginning of American Christmas shopping season. Since 1952, although the term Black Friday did not become widely used until more recent decades.
This gonna be enough cards?
Maybe.
Baby Sales 14, here we go, and then unlock the door.
The day after Thanksgiving as the unofficial start of the holiday shopping season may be linked together with the idea of Santa Claus parades. Parades celebrating Thanksgiving often include an appearance by Santa at the end of the parade with the idea that Santa has arrived or Santa is just around the corner, because Christmas is always the next major holiday following Thanksgiving.
The wishbone ritual is too old, even though it came to America with the pilgrims at Plymouth Rock. In fact, it began thousands of years earlier than the ancient Etruscan civilization. Actually, part of the turkey tradition involves the wishbone in the turkey carcass. Two people each other grab a side and break the bone apart while making a wish. Whoever breaks off the larger part of the wishbone will have their wish granted.
Thanksgiving is more than just the freshly roasted turkey or the juicy cranberry sauce. It's a time when everyone should join together and have a feast to celebrate everything. It's a time when you should count your blessing. It's a time when you give your importantly Thanksgiving. It's a time to thank what you have, what you spent, and what will happen, because that's one more day and you are living it. It's best to share dinner with everyone and celebrate another blessed day.
Good night.